Okay guys, so today again we're going to deliver you a little bit of value, and today's lesson we're going to be talking about goal setting. Okay, so a lot of you with goal setting, we don't really take it fucking seriously. Most of us don't even do it at all, but I want to tell you a few things that do occur, that do happen, that you need to be aware of and you need to prepare yourself for when you do start setting goals. Okay, so what I've called this is the goal setting bitch slap, because when you think back, when I tell you what I'm going to tell you, you can think back over the times that you've set big goals and you've had big dreams and big ambitions of things that you want to do, and I guarantee you some of the things that I'm about to say have popped up, or you've dealt with, or you haven't dealt with, and it's probably made you stop going after what you really wanted. So when you start training, everyone talks about this why and this goal setting. Okay, so let's just briefly go into what is a goal. So a goal is important because it gives you direction, it gives you purpose, it gives you a plan, and also it gives you a bit of excitement. Okay, and that's the key one, excitement, in the fact that you're stood here now and you're thinking of goals and you're thinking of the possibility of where you could be if you did what you were meant to do and you achieved what you set out to. So that could be like losing weight, it could be changing dress size, it could be becoming leaner, it could be doing an event, it could be anything. Okay, we've all got different goals, we've all got different purposes as to why we start diets and why we start exercise regimes. But every time you set a goal, it is important to you, because otherwise you wouldn't have set it. Okay, so we're clear that when we start the gym, when we start dieting, it's for a reason, and that reason is a goal, and the goal is to give you direction, like I said, a purpose, a plan. And it's exciting to think that in 4, 8, 10, 12 weeks or whatever, I'm going to be at a certain stage. Okay, so generally goals, especially in fitness, they sort of fall into two areas. So we usually either have a goal that's a body change goal. So like I said, that's losing weight, that's changing your body, fitness, whatever it may be. Or we have an event. So an event goal could be like a lot of people have done half marathons, strength contests, Tough Mudders, all these type of things are events, and it's events that I want to talk about today. So I don't really want to talk about body goals, I want to talk about events. Okay, so I've got 4 points that I've written down when it comes to event, and the four things that that have happened to me. So I'm sure if they happen to me, they happen to you. So number one, you need to be very careful who you listen to. Okay, because when I do events, generally people, the first sort of things that come out of people's mouths are, why are you doing it? It's too much, you shouldn't be doing it. Okay, they're generally the first thing. I guarantee when you think about some of the big things that you've aimed for in life and a big event, generally the first thing that comes out of people's mouth is something negative. And why is it negative? Because the people that you're telling your goals to, because they can't see themselves doing it, or they've got their own limiting beliefs about you, of what you're capable of, they're going to put a negative spin on it. Okay, so let me just say that again. Because when you tell someone about this big goal that you want to achieve, like I said, whether it's a half marathon, whatever, because that person can't see themselves doing it, then what they'll do is they'll try and put a negative spin on it so that you don't do it. Because they can't see themselves doing it, they can't see you doing it, because they don't think it's possible when it is. And it's based upon, a lot of it is past failures. So when you tell someone, I'm gonna, like I said, run half a marathon, okay? You might not have done it in the past, or you might have tried and you might have failed, or you might not have done it, you might have booked an event and not done it. But just because the old version of you didn't do it, and you might have attempted that 1 year, 5 years, 10 years ago, it doesn't mean that this new version of you today can't do it. Because like I said, every month that goes by, every year that goes by, your circumstances change, your motivation changes, your commitment changes, your life changes. So you might be in a better position now than you've ever been to go after a goal that you've said that you wanted. Like I said, there's never a perfect time to start a goal or go after a goal, but there are better situations. There's no point, like I said, there's no point in you starting a goal to run a marathon if you look at all your free time and it's taken up with other stuff, because you are setting yourself up for failure. But this time round, you might have a lot more free time. So like I said, be careful who you listen to. When I set big goals for myself and I go for events, like I said, 99 times out of 100, the first thing that comes out of someone's mouth is something negative. Why are you doing it? Or should you be doing it? It's too much. You can't do it. Blah, 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 all those type of things. So be careful. So when you do think of a goal, go and speak to someone who actually doesn't have limiting beliefs about yourself. Speak to someone who actually wants to hold you to a higher level. Like I said, so many people in your life will have this limiting belief about them and they'll try and drag that onto you. So speak to people that want to hold, so whatever level you are now, that want you to get to a higher level, that want the best for you. And the reality is, most people in your life, they want you to be successful, guys. They want you to be successful until you become more successful than them, especially friends and family. Especially friends, family, work colleagues. Like I said, they want you to be successful, unfortunately, until you become more successful than them. And then all the claws and all the bitchiness and all the negativeness comes out. So be careful. Number two, like I said, the first thing that they say is something negative. So what does that negative thing do? It creates fear. It creates fear in our mind. So this doubt starts coming. Because someone said something negative that you can't do it or it's not possible. And all of a sudden you think, shit. It might not be possible. I might not be able to do this. But fear, the acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. So what a lot of people do is they try and predict what you're capable of doing. Or predict the outcome of the event or the goal that you go after, the end result. When in fact, none of us can predict the future. So it's based upon a thought, a feeling, or a belief. Okay? So a lot of people, when they say something negative to you about your goal, that creates fear in your mind. So instead of thinking, what can go right, you start thinking about what can go wrong. Okay, do you ever find that happening to you? That when you pick something, a big goal, like I said, the first person you speak to, put a bit of negative doubt in your mind, you start thinking, shit, you got the fear, and then you start thinking, what can go wrong? Everything that can go wrong. Instead of thinking, well, if I do the work and I turn up and do the event, what if everything goes right? How good am I going to feel? Because trust me, what you think about and what you concentrate, it generally will happen. So if you're thinking about all the bad shit that could go wrong, like I said, I'm talking about events, but this could be with your body or weight loss, whatever. If you're thinking about all the negative stuff, no wonder you fill yourself with self-doubt, and no wonder that doubt actually holds you back. The good thing about setting goals and doing an event is when you do actually get support. So support actually brings the best out of you. So imagine this. This isn't really relevant to actually event, but imagine if you had someone next to you all day. Someone next to you for 24 hours just telling you, you can do it. Come on, let's get on to the next thing. Let's do this job, do that job. Let's get this done. Imagine how much more productive you'd be. Imagine how much more productive. A lot more fucking productive, that's for certain. Okay? And that's just support, encouragement. And that's generally what you need. Especially when it comes to transforming your body or doing some type of fitness event. You need support. You need that support and belief that you are capable of doing things, and you need people around you that, like I said, that want to hold you to a higher level, not just where you currently are. Because like I said, most people only start a diet or set a fitness goal, especially with their body or an event, because they want some type of improvement, they want some type of achievement. And that's because people get bored of staying the same. They want to see some type of progress. And also, when you set a goal and you go after it, whether or not you actually hit the absolute end result, so whether you've set a goal to lose £10, but you actually lose £8, or you set a target to run a half marathon in 2 hours, but you run it in 2 hours 5, at least you'll never have the what if syndrome. And the what if syndrome is those people that fucking live their life, they say they're going to do stuff, they promise the world, and they look back and they didn't really do anything. And do you know why most people don't do things? Because of the fear. Because we tell someone, it's like me saying, right, I want to do an Ironman, and the first person that comes to me, so it's took me a lot of guts to think about it. And for example, I'm not committing to an Ironman, by the way, but it took me a lot of time to think about it. And the first person I say is, oh, I don't think you can do it. Are you sure you want to do that? People have died doing an Ironman. All this negative shit. So then all of a sudden, all the negative shit goes into my mind. And I'm thinking, shit, should I be doing this? And I start doubting myself. Instead of the first person that I speak to, when I set a goal, they say, fucking hell, that's brilliant. When do you want to train? What are you doing? When's the date? And all of a sudden it creates excitement and belief that, Joe, you can do it. Like I said, it's so much of other people's negative, because they failed in the past at doing something, they pass that negative belief to you when, in fact, that's their beliefs. But it's hard for us not to listen to that and take it in, because, like I said, most of the time it comes from people that we care about. And that's our friends, our family, work colleagues, people that we think have got our best interests, when in fact, like I said, most people want you to be successful until you become more successful than them. And one of the most common lines that I've ever heard in my gym, especially for the people that have produced amazing and done amazing results or entered amazing events, is the fact that they've always said, I wish I would have done something sooner. And do you know why people don't do things sooner? Because they've got all this self-doubt. And do you know where this self-doubt comes from? A lot of it is from the talk that you get from people that are around you, and the fact that people have a lack of belief in themselves, which they pass on to you, that you're not capable of doing the shit that you said you're going to do. So the key is to make sure that when you goal set, think about that goal, make it important, because it's very important. Don't make the mistake of starting the gym or a diet without some type of outcome in mind, because this outcome, like I said, it gives you direction, purpose, it gives you a plan, and it also makes you very excited. And when you've got this, I'm not one for, I love telling people about my goals because it holds me accountable. And the more people that know about something that I'm going to do, the more likely I am to stick to a regime. And that's just the way I work. Because the problem is if you don't tell someone about your goal, if you just keep it to yourself, nobody knows about it, it's fucking real safe. It's really safe. And if you do the work or don't do the work or fail at it or whatever, no one knows about it, and it's really safe. And it doesn't hold you accountable. You are more likely to be successful. You're more likely to be successful if people know about it. But what I do drastically tell you is the fact that you need to be careful about who you speak to about the goals that you're setting to improve your life and your body. Because like I said, and I'll finish on this, people want you to be successful. The truth is, people want you to be successful until you become more successful than them. Okay, so set a fucking goal. It's never too late. You can set short-term goals or long-term goals. For me, I would never set a goal further away than 90 days, because circumstances change so quickly in your life that it doesn't want to be more than 90 days. And also, for a lot of you, the reality is most of you haven't even committed more than 90 days in your life when it comes to exercise and nutrition. So 90 days is a big enough target. So when you've got the 90-day goal, split it into 60-day targets, 30-day targets, and what you need to achieve every single week. And then what you'll find is you'll need to have a set group of things that you need to do every day to hit that weekly target, and those things that you're doing weekly to hit your 30-day target, and then to put you on track for your 60-day, and then hopefully hit your 90-day. But have a goal. Like I said, it gives you a plan, it gives you purpose, it gives you direction, and like I said, it gives you a sense of excitement of why you're doing what you're doing, because dieting and exercising is fucking hard enough if you have no real end output in mind. Okay? So hopefully this has helped. Give us a like, give us a share, or tag someone in, guys, that you feel that this might be relevant to. Someone who might be stuck in a rut, or someone that's sort of aimlessly going through their training, or someone who just needs a little bit of motivation, a little bit of a pointer in the right direction. Okay? And I'll be back tomorrow with another bit of a teaching, another bit of a lesson, something that I'm coming across with my clients in my gym, or in my life to help you become more successful.